Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm very excited about today because today is our very first Let's Maker It class. So maybe you've heard of maybe you've heard of making. It's kind of been this this movement that's been going on for the last maybe 10 years of people who are kind of tinkerers. They build things. When I was maybe your age, we would call them inventors. But now, people make things not just for commercial purposes, not just for businesses, but they just make things because they're really excited to. So that's what we're going to start today. We're going to build some things that never existed. We're going to make some things that from scratch. And why are we doing this? Because we're excited to do it. All right, let's see who is on the stream today with us. Weston, there's a name I haven't seen in a bit. Micah, Bo, Stella, Oliver. Hi, guys. Hello. All right. So let's try to keep the let's try to control ourselves and our wanting. I know we're excited to type, but let's just type questions and say hello and avoid taking up the entire chat. Okay. So today we're going to be making something from scratch, and we are going to be making something from scratch, and we're going to be using Scratch. This is going to be fun because it is going to be kind of like our first maker. We're going to use some coding. We're going to use a lot of coding for all the things we make. And I thought that the coding that we would start using with is the same coding that you use, which is Scratch. Now, some of our other products are going to require some more advanced coding, but it'll be good to start with Scratch. All right, let's see. Sky is here too. Austin and Aiden. Aiden's my biggest fan, always with us. Luca, thank you for saying hello to everyone. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Let me show you what we've got going on. First, let's go over our learning targets. And our learning target. Oh, apparently I only wrote one learning target. I know we were supposed to have two. Okay, learning target number 1. I can have as much fun making as I can with having. That's kind of like the whole idea of what this maker movement is all about, is that making something is just as fun and probably more fun than actually having it. Right? When we go to the store, when we want a new video game, when we want something, that can create a lot of like anxiety. I really want to have that. But making, the idea is that what I'm really excited about is the putting together, learning things, struggling, and overcoming challenges. That is the fun part. Okay? Yes, you like Scratch? I love Scratch too. Lots of fun. You want to see my dogs? So in my new office, the dogs are not allowed in this part of the house. So it's going to be much harder for me to show you on stream. I'll do a whole dog only stream one day. Okay. Okay. So the second learning target, which I didn't get to type in, let me type it in now. Let's see. Learning target number 2 is I know what a prototype is. Who knows what a prototype is? Put your hand up. Give me a chat if you have heard of the word prototype before. What is a prototype? Well, if we break the word into two parts, like this, let's see. Okay, we got proto and type. Okay, prototype. The first part, proto means the first, the original, the very beginning. If we were to say, I traced my ancestry back to the proto-men, it means that you have traced your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents to the very first men. Proto means first. So if we are going to do a prototype today of my thing that I want to make, then we are going to do just like a very first draft so that we kind of learn about what to do. Okay? That is a lot of greats. It's true. Okay. So let me show you what we got going on. This is a piece of hardware which I've shown you before in school. If you are just joining us and you're like, what is this, Captain? I'm going to show you a little bit about it. Some of you know how super cool these are already. This is a makey-makey. I have put the link to buy makey-makeys in the chat. They are so fun because they allow you to make things really fast. And they are super compatible with Scratch, the very programming that we use in school. Okay, so this is a makey-makey. Let me show you what it is. It comes in this cool box. I'm gonna open it up here, and inside we have, this is the makey-makey. It's in a little plastic bag. We got a whole mess of wires here, which I'll show you in a second. Yeah, makey-makeys. They are amazing. All right. This is the makey-makey. Okay. This is what it looks like. This is the easy side. And this is the advanced side. Okay. On the easy side, what does it look like? What is it? What do you think that looks like? It looks like it looks like maybe something you play with, right? Can you eat the wires? You cannot eat the wires. The link is in the chat. It is, I think it's just makey-makey.com. Makey-makey.com. But I've put it in the description of this video. All right. Yeah, it looks like a video game controller. That's right. It has like the directional pad here. It has the space and it has the click and it has a ground strip right here. I'm not going to get super into how it works. That is going to be part of a unit we'll do in electricity. We'll talk a little bit more about circuits and things like that. Some of you may remember we used this last year. We made a lot of Play-Doh and we connected the Play-Doh to the makey-makey to make it work. That was a lot of fun. This is the more complex side where you can use it to do all kinds of fun stuff. The great thing, the reason the makey-makey is super is because it connects right to your computer and it works immediately. There's no installing, there's no way of messing it up. So it really is a super way of getting started with making. I am going to connect this to my computer here. And what's great is that the makey-makey allows you to kind of like play with your computer in the real world. Instead of just being on the screen, you can do things, you can make things and connect it to your computer. Oh, excuse me. The smoke is like really messing up my throat. It's been tough. I hope you guys are not going outside a lot because the smoke is it has not been pleasant, right? Okay. All right. So now let's go. We're going to hook this up. So in goes the power. See, it does this little light dance. Okay. And that little bloop, bloop, bloop means that it is, yeah, the smoke is bad, I know. So it is working. Now, the way this works, you take these alligator clips and you hook them up to your makey-makey. It's they're super easy to use, these alligator clips. You just like pinch them and connect them right to the makey-makey like this. That's it. Easy. This is a super great learning toy. So I'm going to connect this one to it says space key right here. So now, like that, when these two wires touch together now, it's going to fire the space key. We'll go over a lot more of this when we talk about electricity and circuits, okay? But for now, you just need to know that it kind of functions just like a keyboard, and it's going to allow us to work in Scratch. Speaking of Scratch, let's fire up some Scratch. And so today what we're going to make, we're going to make a piano. Okay? This has been a project that I'm like really excited about. And the first prototype we're going to build is we're going to use the makey-makey, and we are going to build a piano in Scratch. Okay? So let's go to Scratch. Okay, here we are on mrincorvia.com. We're going to go to Scratch the same way we would go to Scratch if we were in any other if we were in coding, right? We're going to click on code. We're going to go to Scratch. Okay, here we are. So we are here on Scratch, and we are going, this is not going to be a comprehensive Scratch lesson, guys, okay? I'm going to just set up this to work because I want to start building. So I'm going to search for piano, and there is no piano. Okay, what? Let's go to music. Let's see. Keyboard. There we go. Okay, so we have a keyboard, and let's go to its sounds. So here we have the piano. It's a little electric piano, and that is, I was hoping for more of like a grand piano, but you know what? We'll go with electric is fine. Good. Good. So these are the sounds that we can pull up in Scratch, okay? So we have on the makey-makey here, we have up, down, left, right, space, and click. So that is 2, 4, 6 notes that we can work with. So let's just start pulling out these things here. When, space, key pressed, play, play, start sound, electric piano C2. We'll do C. Okay, so now let's switch over. I'll show you. So now when we press space, all right, press space, plays the note. Can we hear that? Yes? Good. Hello, Emery. Jennifer. Oh, Sky is here. Very good. Okay. So let's see. So now when we press the space bar, it's going to play our note. See? So here we go. When we touch. Oh, is that? I don't have my focus on Scratch. So let me go back here. All right, here we go. You can see the makey-makey lights up down there. Okay, so we got our C. So let's start making like a piano. So we got the Scratch working, right? So I have here some of the tools that I'm going to use. I have myself a pair of scissors. I have myself some aluminum foil. And I have myself a piece of cardboard. Okay? Cardboard, you gotta, all prototypes start with cardboard. It's the best building material, okay? Now I also have some tape, which I'll use, and then I also have a roll of duct tape if this Scotch tape is like not working very well, okay? All right, so let's get going here. I'm gonna just take my makey-makey and put it off to the side here for now. And what we're going to do, we have 6 piano notes to build because I have 6 slots on my makey-makey, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some strips of, let's do the piano like this way, the long way. So I'm going to cut some strips of tinfoil here, okay? Strip number 1. Okay, so I'm gonna put it over here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this strip over so that it wraps around the back. Okay? I'm going to do that on both sides. So here's our tin foil. See how I folded around on both sides here, right? The top and the bottom. All right, let me tuck this around like this. Okay, now I'm going to take some tape. Yes, every time you get, I put you in a timeout because you fill up the whole chat with some just like, you type the same thing over and over and over again. So I just put you in a little timeout for a little bit. Because otherwise it's hard for me to read. Okay. So I'm going to tape these two down like this. Okay. Now we have a strip on one side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my red, this is the space key, and I am going to connect it to the tinfoil strip like this. Okay, so this is our space key. Now what I'm going to do is if I take this is our ground, and if we touch it to the tinfoil, see, it makes the circuit. And if I hold the tinfoil in one hand and I touch the tinfoil, if I hold the ground in one hand and I touch the tinfoil, it's like I'm pressing the note like a key on a piano. So that is our very first note on a keyboard. Okay? Okay, give me a second. Okay, let's go. Now, let's switch over to Scratch again. There we are. So this is our one block we have going on here, right? But we have up, down, left, right. So let's get some more wires. Well, let's do the coding first, okay? So let's duplicate this. And we're going to say space will do right arrow key pressed will be D. We can do up arrow key press will be E. Now, for those of you who are, guys, yes, STEM, thank you. For those of you who are kind of new to Scratch, this is a fast way. You don't have to drag the blocks out every time. You can do a 2-finger click on the blocks and then click duplicate, and then it will duplicate the blocks. Super handy. So let's do left arrow will be F. Duplicate, we'll do down arrow will be, what comes after F? Stella has to go. All right. Bye, Stella. G comes after F. All right, so we'll work with a 5th. So in music, when you have the 5 notes away from your tonic is a 5th. So we have C, D, E, F, G, 5. Okay, so let's see. I will do these in color coding here. Let's go back to look at our makey-makey. Okay, so here's our makey-makey. And we're going to wire these up with colors. So I'm going to bring out all of my wires here. And so red, the next one on, we'll do orange, will be the next note. And then yellow will be, my next note is up. And then, let's see, what else do I have? I have light green will be the next note. Just wiring up the makey-makey, and then the dark green. I don't have a blue. I should get some blue alligator clips. The dark green will be the last note. Okay, so now when we touch these all together, let's see, here's the dark green. Oh, let me put it on scratch again. When we put it on the dark green, see, so all these notes. Oh, wrong wire. There we go. What about the orange one? Okay, so we got different notes. Let's move our big mess of wires out of the way here for a second. I'm gonna disconnect our red alligator clip. Okay, so let's make 1, 2, 3, 4 more strips so that we can complete our prototype, our piano prototype. Such drama in the chat, my goodness. Okay. So here's another strip. So I'm going to take that strip, I'm going to put it down here. Let's make sure that this strip doesn't get in the way. Okay. I'm going to take that strip, I'm going to tuck the front and the back on the other side, like this. And we're going to flip the whole thing over. Okay. Now, you see, you want to make sure that your strips of aluminum don't touch, okay? Because that will create a circuit that we don't want. So I'm going to just make sure I scoot this tin foil over, okay, so that they don't touch. And it looks like it's pretty good on this side. These are not touching, okay? Over here, we want to make sure these don't touch. So there's a little bit of space here, but it's good enough. Let me get some tape. We're going to tape these guys down. I hope that the tape doesn't pass the charge around. I don't think it will, but let's just see. Okay. So there, that is one. Let's just make sure that the tape doesn't pass the charge. So what I'm going to do to test that is I'm going to put the one alligator clip right on this here tinfoil, and I'll touch the other tinfoil. Good. So see, the tape is not, there's no loop here. Loop, no loop. Circuit, no circuit. Okay? There we go. Okay, so that is 2. We need 3 more strips. Cutting another strip of tin foil. So this makey-makey is super cool, guys. You can do all kinds of fun projects like this. I know it looks like a video game controller, and that is actually one of the easy projects that you can do, is that you can make a video game controller. That was actually a whole elective we did where we made video game controllers out of using Arduino parts. That was a lot of fun. But this is another fun way to make really fast video game controllers, is to have a makey-makey. Wire it up. You can make a video game controller out of cardboard and tinfoil like this, or you can, anything conductive like bananas or buckets of water or wet sponges, all those kinds of fun things. All right? Okay. Next, We need 2 more. We're getting close. Got another strip of tin foil. There we go. And like that. And let's wrap it around. Flip it over. Make sure that the foil is not touching, right? And now let's tape down. Can you reuse the makey-makey? Yes, you can. This is probably the 100th time I have used the makey-makey. So you can use it as many times as you want. Yeah, it's super cool. Okay, and one more, guys. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 keys on our piano so far. Now, the only reason I'm doing 5 is because those are kind of like the easy alligator clips to use on the makey-makey. If I wanted, I could flip the makey-makey over and use more small gauge wire, and we can have up to, I think, 27 different keys. So it could really be a whole, like, a whole piano almost, you know, half a piano or a quarter of a piano. Okay, flip that over. This is it. This is our last key that we're going to do today. And now here, let's just pause for a second. I hope that you're having fun doing this. I mean, I am having a super amount of fun. Having the piano is not as fun for me as making the piano. That's what is super great about making, is that it teaches you delayed gratification and patience and having long-term goals and problem solving, making things with the makey-makey, doing STEM. That's what's so great about doing these things, is that not only is the results of STEM a lot of fun, but the doing of STEM is a lot of fun too. Okay, I've taped down 5 different keys here. Okay, let's wire them up now. I'm going to take the red. So remember, I did it kind of in order of the rainbow here. So I'm going to do bing bing. I'm going to do red first. And then orange. And then yellow. And then light green. Really need to have a green, a blue, and a purple. But we got light green and dark green. This is the best we got today. And then we have dark green. Hook these guys up. Okay, so this is our rainbow piano here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gray, which is the green. So this is the ground. And on the makey-makey they call it earth, which I wish they just called it ground. I think it's easier to understand. And every time we touch, there we go. We've made a little piano. Now, if I hold the ground in my fingers like this, and I can use my finger to touch the notes. Okay, like this. Super cool. Super cool. Now I could wire up a couple more. I can make this bigger. We can play notes. Can any of you play the piano? I used to be a classical music major in college, so I played a lot of piano at one time. Yeah, pretty neat. Okay, so this is the makey-makey. I put a link to get it in the chat. Okay, it is I think there's two different versions of it. Let me see here. It costs, there's a cheap version and a more expensive version. I think this is the more expensive version. So, but it's still quite affordable, and there's all kinds of fun things that you can do with it and Scratch. You can make video game controllers, you can make a piano like we did today. So I definitely recommend, this is a good way to work with computers that is, oh, look. It's a good way of working with computers that is not in the screen, right? We're working with the computer and the thing we coded in Scratch right here today. So lots of fun. There we go. It's like a piano. Excellent. So this is our prototype, our first version, right? Next week, what we're going to do, we're going to use some Arduinos and small wires. It's going to be much more complicated than this simple layout, but it's going to be something that it will begin to be its own standalone digital piano. Right now, this is all wired up to the computer. Every time I want to play it, I got to hook it all up. Okay, but we want to build something that is standalone. All right, guys. Well, I hope you thought that was super cool. I had a good time today. I am really looking forward to making this digital piano in next week's class. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, is pandemic science, and it's going to be, we're going to go over some websites and math and learn about herd immunity. So it's going to be more of like a brainy class. Like this was, we got to make something, that's a lot of fun. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit more about brainy stuff. Okay. And then, of course, Friday, 1 o'clock is Minecraft. If you had a makey-makey, you could build your own Minecraft controller. So that would be cool. All right, guys. I'm going to say goodbye to you. Yeah, the link, the makey-makey link is in this video's description. Okay? All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.